This is the exact LinkedIn funnel that I would use to add $450,000 in ARR or annual recurring revenue to your business. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, so we have 3 key workflows that I would use in order to get meetings and generate interest on LinkedIn. The first one is the followers workflow. This is where we scrape your competitors or your adjacent competitions LinkedIn company pages to get the people who follow those companies into a spreadsheet so we can start to use that data. The total number of leads we'll get is 15,000. Let's assume when you send a LinkedIn campaign or connection request, 30% of those people actually accept the request. That means you've sent 4,500 messages. Let's assume 6% of people reply to those, which is pretty conservative for something like this. That means 270 people have responded to your messaging on LinkedIn. 40% of those are positive replies, meaning 108 people have responded positively to your messaging. 50% of people actually book a meeting, which means that's 54 meetings booked on the calendar. And let's assume 25% of those people drop off, which is a pretty big number. It shouldn't be that high. So you've got 41 meetings held just from this campaign. Now the meeting rate of 50%, yes, it does drop off. LinkedIn, you have to get their email from the prospect. Some people just naturally drop off. So again, that's a pretty low assumption, pretty safe bet. You should be higher than that. 41 meetings total. Second, we use Triggerfy to follow influencers in your space that your prospects follow on LinkedIn. So it could be a sales influencer, could be an engineer, a super techie product guy, whatever it might be. But we need to follow 10 influencers for this to work. 3,520 leads. There's a whole bunch of assumptions back there. Basically, we're scraping that influencer's last 10 LinkedIn posts to get the people who have liked and commented on those posts. We're going to filter out all the noise, the people you don't want to talk to, the people you don't want to prospect, and we're only going to target your ICP who have liked and commented on those posts. 30% of people will accept that connection request or higher, to be honest. 1,056 total messages sent. Let's assume a 10% reply rate on this one. Total replies is 106 people. 50% of those are positive, which means 53 people have responded positively to your messaging. 50% of people will not book the meeting, but 50 will. So that's 26 meetings. Let's assume again a drop-off rate of 25%, and that is 20 new meetings just from this workflow. Now this standard workflow, I haven't actually built into the calculations because I don't use it as often as I probably should, but it's just lower converting. But you can get more volume through there. So I put it there as a comparison, but it's not included in the calculations. This is where we just scrape data from Apollo, from ZoomInfo, from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, whatever it is, just on your ICP, and we send them relatively generic messaging. Obviously, there's still some layer of personalization, but compared to the other two workflows, it's not as effective as a campaign. So I reverse engineered this. We want 20 meetings. Drop-off rate 25%, so we need 25 booked. Meeting rate 50%, we need 50 people interested at a positive reply rate of 40%, which means 125 total replies is what we are shooting for. Reply rate's a lot lower here, 3%, which means we need to send 4,167 messages. 25% of people at the top of the funnel accept this connection request, which means we need 16,667 total leads in this campaign. Big number, that's why I don't use it. I'd rather be more targeted. So with the first two workflows, these are the assumptions and the checks here. So total meetings, 61. Total number of leads processed, 18,520. You will need 12 LinkedIn. We don't need 12 LinkedIn accounts. 12 LinkedIn accounts will speed up this process. If you only have one, you can't process as much volume, obviously. So it's going to take a lot longer to get to these numbers. Each account can send 150 connections per week. So the total number of connections sent per month for all 12 accounts is 7,200. Total number of messages sent per month is 12,000 because you can send 250 per month per account. If this were a project, it would be a 4.4 month long project, maybe around 5 just for onboarding and everything. Now, the fun part. Let's assume you're closing 15% of these cold meetings. Now, 15% is a reasonable estimate. It's nothing crazy. It's not too low. It's not too high. Let's assume if you're at a very early stage, you're not sure how to sell yet, you're not sure how to convey value, maybe put that down to 10%, maybe put it down to 5%. If you're a bit further along, put it up to 20%, put it up to 25%, 30% in some cases, right? With this campaign and the amount of meetings, you're going to close roughly 9 customers. If your ACV is $50,000, your average contract value is $50,000, this will net you $453,750 in annual recurring net new revenue. If you'd like to know more, if you'd like to know the assumptions behind all of these calculations, if you'd like me to build you a calculator on your behalf so you can start to crunch these numbers, figure out an ROI, please feel free to reach out.